Hi there, I'm Lillian, and welcome to Soulful Thinkings, where we explore some of life's challenging situations and challenging emotions with the goal of creating a more compassionate inner conversation as we persevere through these inevitable difficulties in life. I've done my yoga, I've prepared my green tea, I'm all ready to sit and to converse. I'm in my zen. I also had a donut and I watched a short YouTube tutorial on applying makeup. So for those of you who are going to ask, I'm wearing Maybelline Nudes because I found this in a shopping cart in the parking lot at Superstore. So that's that's where I got this from. Anyhow, so today I wanted to talk about waiting, which I decided to make into a three-part video on the wise advice of a friend of mine. So instead of having a 25-minute video, you're going to have three 25-minute videos. No, just kidding. All right, so I'm just going to dive right in. The first point that I want to discuss today on the topic of waiting is the feeling of resistance that waiting brings. Now, we've all had to wait in lots of different circumstances, whether it's just, we're at the store and we're in line behind the one person who, I don't know, the card's not working or whatever the heck, or they picked the item that doesn't have a price tag on it, whatever, or to some of the more challenging situations in life where we have to wait for something more significant, excuse me, and it can be really difficult. It can be really hard. We've all experienced the challenges of waiting, and generally people say you need to have more patience, and I hate that anyhow. When I'm in a situation where I'm already feeling like I'm lacking, I don't have the energy that I'd like to have to respond to a given situation in a way that aligns with who I am and resonates with my beliefs, how am I supposed to, get more of something that I don't have? It's like telling a poor person you need more money when their wallet is empty or they don't even have a freaking wallet, how am I supposed to draw to my being this virtue of patience when I'm already lacking? So that challenged me to come at this whole topic from a different angle, one that I can receive, one that sits better with me, and that I hope offers you a new perspective. So as I said, I want to discuss the aspect of resistance in waiting. Often when we're waiting, we're wanting external factors to shift, and it can feel like a heavy weight. It can feel like we're trying to push something that's immovable or pull something that just isn't going to budge, and there's this tension that develops. We feel like the factors are out of our hands, and why doesn't so and so just do whatever? Why don't why not this, why not that? And there's this resistance that's created in us. We're putting out energy in the form of our bitching and but it's not moving anything, it's not changing anything. We want this change and we want to exert effort to create change, but it feels futile. The thing about waiting, waiting wouldn't be a problem if it felt good. If we enjoyed it and it made us feel good, we'd be like, hell yeah, I'm good, I'm waiting, And we've all been in those situations too, where, maybe we're waiting in traffic and we can just suddenly enjoy the moment. There's a good song on the radio, the sun's coming in through the window, and we can just enjoy it. Waiting's not a problem in those situations. It's the situations where waiting feels awful, where it feels uncomfortable, where it feels frustrating and our blood is about to boil, you know. Those are the situations that we don't like. The first thing that I try to remind myself to do when I'm in these uncomfortable situations is to look at my situation like a chessboard. Look at all the different factors. Look at where each of the pieces is laid out and just take inventory. Just, you know, observe. Observe and have a look at where things are, what's moving, what's not moving. And then when I can just assess the situation in that way, take a step back emotionally and just assess the concrete facts of my situation, this brings me to a place where I can more readily accept, okay, this is where I am. This is my situation. At that point, I can continue to push and to resist, which I've learned is futile. That doesn't create any movement. Or I can accept it. All right, okay, this is where I'm at. Now, it can be frustrating for people, you know. When I first started to adopt this way of looking at situations, you know, my kids would get frustrated with me and they'd say, Mom, it's not okay. Why are you saying this is okay? It's not okay. And I'm not saying that it feels okay. It doesn't feel okay. It can feel extremely uncomfortable to downright painful, or it can just be plain irritating, you know. The full spectrum, right? It doesn't feel okay. But if we can just emotionally detach for a moment, assess the situation and look at it for how it is, we can see that for the most part, it is okay. I don't like where it's going. Maybe I don't like where it's come from. But for now, at this moment, I can just stop and take note of where things are at, and it can bring me to the place of saying, what can I do about it? And honestly asking myself this, what can I do? What do I want to do? In those moments where I'm stuck in traffic and I'm enjoying the song and I've got the sun on my face, it's because I've chosen in those moments, I want to just enjoy this moment. It's all right. I can't make anybody else move any quicker. There's nothing I can do other than to shift my own focus so that I can enjoy the moment. Now, that can be a simple situation. Other situations in life, it can be more difficult to figure out what do we want to do in this situation. There's lots of situations where we don't want to try and find the enjoyment in the situation because, you know, whatever, a million different reasons. But to come to a place where we can accept and release the tension that's being created, just to release it, that can at least help us come to a place where we're centered, where we're grounded, and where we can clearly look at the situation and ask ourselves, what can I do about it? All right. Well, I have a couple more points that I will jump into in further videos. Thank you so much for joining. It's been fun. See y'all later.